We're doing great. Everything's fine.
The fucking motto, dude, of the past 5 weeks now. What is it? I lost track of time.
I don't even know. I legitimately woke up today and like checked my bank account because I usually get paid on Wednesday, and I was just like, oh, I should be getting paid, and there wasn't like a paycheck in it, and I was like, yeah. So I opened it back up and I was like, oh, it's fucking Tuesday.
It's not
Jesus
even Wednesday.
Christ,
not
dude.
even Wednesday.
I don't even know what's happening anymore.
Did you see our curve is flat, like way flattened? It's like going down now.
Oh hell yeah,
we're doing it. Yeah, we're fucking doing it, man.
I'm still concerned that they're gonna be like, hey, guess what? We're gonna open it up, and then everybody just gets fucked again because I don't think we've waited long enough.
No, we definitely haven't. I mean, they extended it to May 15th here. Yeah, May 15th. So then, but I think they're gonna push it at least through May, like until the beginning of June. Like they definitely should, because you're right. They totally could just be like, oh, looks like it's going away. Go have fun. Like, I don't think they should even tell people that it's getting better until they're like ready to like, okay, now you can go outside.
Exactly. And I think like they're just too scared about the whole fucking like economy dying. And I'm just like, guys, like if they can just conjure up $3 trillion to just throw into it, we're fine. Let's make sure that nobody dies further than this. Exactly. And somebody shared a fucking graph on Twitter the other day that was just like, well, I'd like to see the liberals like discharge this one. And it was like a bunch of graphs of like death charts and everything. And it was like per million. And we had like 50 million, and Italy's was way higher. And I was like, you have to remember that Italy has like 40 million people. We have like 300 million people. That's a lot more. Even though the graph is lower, it's a lot more.
Well, it's so easy to skew data, like when you have two like really separate figures like that too.
Exactly. Like there's no like backing for it. Dude, it's infuriating. Anyways, welcome everybody to episode 8 of the Lunchtime Serenade podcast.
We've made it.
8 fucking episodes, which I guess is, I was gonna say that's a full 2 months. We've done it.
2 months. We've done 2 months. Probably maybe a little more because we missed a week, so it's still 2 months, man.
That's true. Hell yeah,
that's insane.
Look at us. We're doing great.
We're doing a thing.
But yeah, sorry everybody for not getting that one episode out that week. Everything was breaking. Nothing was working. So we were like, fuck it.
Things are still fucking breaking, dude.
If for like a quick explanation of how this is working right now, you'll see that there's like this little bar right here that's separating us. It's great. It's a great time. The way that I have to configure my video and stuff like that so that Nick can see me and I can record it is that I am screen sharing my OBS capture on Discord so that Nick can see my camera in Discord. Dude, the whole I don't understand. I don't know where like the carryover is. I don't know what's blocking what. So it's fine. But hey, we're working out the kinks and it works. It's great. It kind of works.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about innovation, dude. That's the name of the fucking game. But yeah, so hopefully, I mean, definitely it'll be. I'll have to be crafty about how I upload this because my upload speeds are still pretty bad. But it'll be up tomorrow.
Hell yeah,
maybe not.
That's so weird
in the morning,
though.
But tomorrow, dude,
it's
weird.
So. I love too that it's just like you can't go to like a public library and steal Wi-Fi.
I know
because like everything's closed.
It's stupid.
You're just stuck with it. Oh, that sucks.
I am. And dude, Spectrum has come. They came again this week. And because the last time they came, they didn't do shit. He was just like, yeah, there's nothing, like whatever. He was, but I don't know if I talked about that or whatever, but he came and he basically like he plugged in and he was doing all this stuff. And then he left because there was nothing he could do. He's like, I'll, wait about a week. And then if it doesn't help, then call someone again. And we're like,
just call somebody. Just call someone.
Call your mom, call your friends, call Ghostbusters, anything you want to do.
Hell yeah.
So we called them again and they're like, okay, we're going to send a higher level technician to your house tomorrow. And I was like, why didn't you send a fucking, what does that mean? Who was the first guy?
They leveled him up a lot further than the other guy.
It's like, what does that mean? Why wouldn't you send a higher level tech first of all? But like, who was the guy? What is a lower level? Who's just some random guy that they fucking like picked up? They're like, do you want to go to this person's house?
This is Brett. He's going to be looking at your internet today. Like, oh, cool. Like what? Like, how long have you been doing it for? Like 30 minutes.
This is my first house, actually.
Actually, this is the manual that he handed me in the van. We're gonna figure this out together, man. It's like, oh,
So
Jesus.
already I was like, a higher level tech. Cool. I don't know what that, like, what's he going to be able to do differently? Whatever. Does he possess some kind of deeper knowledge of Wi-Fi? What is it? Like, did he go to school for Wi-Fi? Does he have a fucking master's degree in Wi-Fi?
He's wearing
What's
his
the
shirts. It's just the
difference?
Wi-Fi bars. And you're like, this guy, he fucking
Like, yeah,
knows.
he knows. Like, how am I going to know? How am I going to tell the difference between a fucking high level tech and the guy you sent last time? So he comes, he comes at like 8:30 in the morning. He walks up to the front gate, puts on his mask, and he's like, before he even walks into the apartment complex, he says, I'm going to tell you right now, it's pointless for me to be here. What do you mean? He said, I'm not going to be able to do anything. And I said, but they said you were a higher level tech. And he's like, yeah, well, he's like, I think they just told us that, I was like, they said you'd be able to fix it. And he said, yeah, I don't know why they told you that. I literally cannot. So I was like, all right, thanks for coming. He didn't even walk in the house, let alone the apartment complex. Like we were like, all right, bye. And he just fucking turned around and left.
Dude, that guy got paid.
He did. I was like, what's the issue? Like, when's it going to get fixed? And it was so vague. He's like, you see that box on the top of the telephone wire? I was like, sure. He said, there's the Wi-Fi's in the box. He said,
it's held captive.
We need a new box. And I was like, okay. He said they just paid more money for a new box, so you'll get one soon. I was like, how soon? I don't know.
Cool.
All right, see you later.
Love that. Sick. That's so great. I love that. What the fuck, dude? That's insane. Holy shit.
So the problem persists.
I feel like half the time, like, dealing with ISPs is just such a fucking nightmare, just like in general. And like people like fuck them over so easily too. Like I think the last 3 days or something, I literally have one monitor open that's like my email and shit for work, and then another monitor open that's just like a game, and if somebody needs something, I just like alt tab out and like go do something. But it's like every time I'm like doing something, I get like an interruption, and then I get back, and then there's like a thing on the screen that's just like, due to a DDoS attack on our ISP, like things might be like a little slower on your end. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, people are just like straight up attacking full on ISPs. That's insane.
That's nuts, dude. People are attacking everything right now, dude. Fucking Citizen has been going nuts.
Oh, dude, how good is it? How good has it been so far?
It's good, man. It's good. So like every day, I'll get the daily reports, and literally like I swear every other one, it's like report of person with gun, report of person with knife, report of person with gun, and it's like, holy shit. But recently it's been report of a group fight. There's been like 6 this week of group.
I feel like that's a category on Pornhub.
It totally is. It's orgy BDSM.
They're just really into like sadomasochism. They're just punching each other the whole time.
Group fight at Walmart. Group fight at Sherman Oaks Recreation Center. This one just says group fight, and then I opened it up. It says about 100 people are engaged in a fight.
there's no like location or whatever. It's just 100 people somewhere are fighting. Like nobody knows. Everybody's just trying to fucking get by.
God. Like the
dude, that's insane.
Battle of Valhalla type, some crazy shit. They're just like running at each other. Like,
it's Ragnarok and fucking Sherman Oaks and Sherman Oaks only. Dude,
it's
what
so
the
funny.
fuck?
I just like to think that maybe they're like LARPing or something, but also like, holy shit, bad idea. 100 people are fighting. You shouldn't even be standing close to 100 people, let alone fucking fighting other people.
I feel like LARPing too would be easier. Just be like, oh, it's just a bunch of nerds with some foam swords. Cool, they're fine. But it's like to confuse that with like an actual fight, it like is such a big stretch. Someone has to be like, oh my God,
what's happening? But I feel like half of the people that report this shit are just like, I don't know. I feel like they're out of touch. Oh, here's one. Report of person assaulted with saw. A saw.
That can be taken in many different ways. Is that like somebody running at them with like a fucking reciprocating saw, just like
Is someone with like a chainsaw, circular
or is it
saw,
just like a hand saw? Like they're just running at them just with a saw. They're just like, what are you gonna do, my guy? He makes like the thunder sound, and everyone's just. They're just like, oh my God, he's got a saw.
He's got a saw. Holy shit. And they're all men who do these things. It's like report of man with knife, report of man with saw, report of whatever. But then like,
damn,
this one is a report of woman with knife. So at least we're getting some equal representation. everyone has knives, but
there's at least one woman with knives.
There's one woman out there representing.
Oh my God, Jesus
But dude,
Christ!
it's
What about everything in between though? What about everybody else? How do they know if they're a man or a woman?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know, man.
They're just making assumptions. Kind of shitty.
They're making assumptions.
Assholes.
They should everybody person with knife.
Yeah, exactly. Just make it just very gender neutral. Just roll with it. Everybody's.
It's nuts. What was that?
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Yeah. All right. So for everybody that has never lived in like a major metropolitan area, there are things in this world called La Cucarachas, which is Spanish for cockroach. And apparently these motherfuckers just drive big ass vans and just sell. Dude, no, they literally like the dude's horn is La Cucaracha, and he just fucking plays it every time. But they just go from like neighborhood to neighborhood and just sell shit out of a van. Like that's what a cockroach is. So this motherfucker comes by twice a day, every day, and it's just like it's not like a air conditioned van. It's just a box van, and he just like opens up the back and he sells like chips and like fruit and shit out of it. And I'm like, what is happening? Every time I see it, and every time I hear it, I'm just like, this is insane. What the fuck is going on? There's chickens walking across the street. There's this motherfucker. I'm like, where am I? What is happening?
This is not Earth.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like kind of tight. It's kind of tight that exists. But it's also just like, hey man, it's 8:30 in the morning. Can you not do that? Which reminds me,
out on the streets. Oh, what does it remind you of?
In college, so I went to Purdue, and there we have our mascot is a big fucking train. It's a train. It's a big fucking train. It's street legal though.
Isn't it like a Boilermaker? Isn't that like a person technically?
Yeah, it's like a person who like works the boilers in a locomotive. Like that's what that is. Which actually came from an insult, which is kind of hilarious.
Really?
But yeah, it's a big fucking train, and it literally like it can drive on the highway, like, and we have it basically as like a bus.
Oh,
like
it's
it does
an
like
actual train.
Yeah, it's a fucking train. We have the largest mascot in the NCAA.
Dude, like, you know, in a train suit. Oh fuck, it's a train.
We have Purdue Pete solely because we can't bring the train into certain places.
Wow.
Like that's how we get around it. But it like literally carts people around campus and shit. And I lived basically in the middle of the campus my junior and senior year in an apartment. And I was closer to the school than the dorms were. I was like in between the dorms and the school, which was kind of funny to me. But this fucking train, dude, would come around, and it has a legit train whistle, and every time it would get to a stop, it would blow it. And I live like across the street from Cary, which is where like most of the football players live, because it's like right next to the stadium. And so every time it would get there, it would like blow the fucking horn like for game days on a Saturday at like 8 a.m. And I was like, can you fucking not, dude? There's 12 feet between you and me. I would never want you to do this again. And it happened every Saturday, and it was a fucking nightmare, and I still can't get away from it. I still have this shit happening. It won't leave me alone.
The spirit of the Boilermaker train will follow you.
Dude, I guess.
It takes many forms. It takes many forms. That's so funny.
A fucking train, this creepy ass Vox van that's like, dude, his like on the side of it, it's like Jose's whatever, and it's like done with those like those like mailbox stickers, so they're like kind of off and stuff like that. And I'm just like, this is so creepy. Why is this happening?
Dude doesn't want to invest in any like promo or marketing or any kind of like materials to make his business look more legitimate.
There's another ice cream truck too that does the same thing, that has like off brands of like famous cartoon characters on it. It's got like minions, but they have 3 eyes instead of 1 or something. God. Ew, and they're like orange instead of yellow. It's fucking weird, dude. It's so weird.
Ice cream trucks are such an interesting business. Like, do you probably need a license to operate one, right?
I would assume so. And like you definitely can't do it if you're like a sex offender.
Right, sure, right. But like, do you need the? I'm assuming it's like the same as a food truck. Like anyone with this van and a refrigerator can like make an ice cream truck if they go through the proper channels. Like, how does it work?
Because I think like again, like in order to run like a food truck, you have to have it be like inspected by like the health services of whatever county you're in. You have to get like a certain license in order to drive it, because it has like cargo in it, but then it also like doubles as like a storefront. So I think you have to like have some license that like goes between the two. So it's just fucking weird.
That's why I'm confused though, because food trucks always look so clean and professional, but ice cream trucks like are so
like grungy
run down, and they're not like uniform across the board. Like half of them are just like
Yep.
They look like impounded fucking vans. Like
They look like they came from like the 1980s and nobody did anything to them since then.
Yeah. So why?
Dude, it's
I would
why are they still around?
It's weird.
Who let this continue?
I don't know. And they just
like
they
let
don't
there
have
be
like
ice cream trucks.
They just drive around. They don't have a specific like place. It's not like a food truck where you like are parked somewhere and people are like, let's get some ice cream. It drives around your neighborhood. It's such a weird concept.
Yeah, the whole thing is fucking. It's weird. It makes noise. I don't like it. No kids like actually run to it anymore. I don't know.
Like ice cream trucks came before food trucks.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah, for sure. Because I think like it was like back in the day, because like, you know, in the summer, like what were you going to do? Like drive all the way to like some place to not be hot anymore?
Yeah,
versus, and like nowadays it's just like, hey, we have air conditioning. It's like, hey, we have these like places you can go to like cool off and shit. Like it's not like as necessary as it used to be. But also I like envision like a child getting like 6 of them and just like rubbing them on his face. And it's not fun, cool but like that's just what I think of every time I think of an ice cream truck. It's just some fucking gooey looking child just rubbing himself down with some fucking ice cream
popsicles. The eye, and those, the like gumball eyes just like sliding down his cheek.
Mommy, look, I'm an alien. He like put all the eyes like on his forehead.
Oh, weird. Oh man, so
I
interesting.
hate that.
What a business model, honestly. I wonder how. Probably not.
I wonder how you get into that business.
But I wonder, like, yeah, what even makes you say, like, you know what, I want to start my own ice cream truck business? Do you have to like? I don't. Do you have to do? I mean, it's not a franchise. It's not anything. It's literally just a dude deciding that he wants to sell ice cream out of his truck.
Now, here's the thing. Is it like a goal that you try to strive for or is it just like a thing that you get like stuck with, you know, like someone pulled, like reached into the hat, like when you were born, like for your destiny. And they were just like, ice cream truck. Here you go.
Are there tiers? Are there like, you know, is it like a competitive business?
It's like a whole organization. You have to be like a level 4 ice cream man in order to like sell these types of ice creams. They like keep it like track of your experience. It's like D&D.
You have to start with like the fucking like Sam's Club off-brand like snow cone type shits, or like the crunch things with the crunch on top, like the off-brand ones, and like dollar ice cream sandwiches. And then once you've been doing it, once you have your beat, you know, and once you get a certain amount of sales or whatever, you're driving your beat.
Oh my
then
God.
You can level up to the licensed characters, the SpongeBobs, the Spider-Mans, the fucking the Bugs Bunnies.
Oh my God. Also, something to think about too is being like an ice cream man, like an MLM. Like, is that a
I don't know.
Because like, do you have to buy the ice cream from somebody and then sell it? Because like that's a pyramid scheme.
It is. It could be. I mean, like, right? Do they have
do they have deals?
Are they buying it like? Are they buying it like wholesale? Or are they buying it from other? You know, I don't know. They just
roll on up to a Costco and they're like, "Give me everything you got." I feel like that's.
They try to recruit like the kids that they sell to. They're like, hey man, I got a great business opportunity for you if you are looking to expand your portfolio, maybe diversify your income a little bit.
Diversify your income. Holy shit.
I'm 12. What is that?
It's like, dude, I don't even know how this fucking vehicle works. What are you talking about?
Come to this meeting next week. Next week at 7 p.m. Tuesday.
I bought 4 new trucks. 3 of them are refrigerated.
Just a bunch of 12-year-olds like in a meeting, and this dude trying to get them to buy like an impounded fucking van. Oh my God, that's so
the kids walk up with like their piggy banks and like empty it on the table, and the dude's like, "Are you fucking serious? What is this?"
Oh God, you could get rich too. You get to eat ice cream and sell it all day, and then if you have your friends eat and sell ice cream, you make their money. And it's just like trying to dumb down MLM to 12-year-olds level. So
dude,
funny.
I had a kid in high school that like tried to like get me to be like part of like the Vector or like Verve, whatever the fuck that shit was.
Dude, Verve, yeah.
So I had
an energy drink or something, right?
Yeah, it was and like he had like stickers of it on his car and shit too. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Yeah. And I was like too nice to just be like, nah, dude. So it's just like, yeah, you know, like let me know next time. I got something to do that day, but like let me know. And then like that day would come around and be like, hey, like what do you do? And I was like, oh fuck, he remembered what the shit. Dude. And so like it just kept going for like probably like a year and a half, 2 years. And I was like, dude, finally at the end, I was just like, hey man, no. And he just gave up. Nuts. It was wild.
Those hustlers like in high school, like first of all, who joins an MLM in high school? Don't you have better shit to do?
Yep, right. Like the vector marketing, like sell some fucking Cutco knives. Come on,
Yeah,
at least
like,
go
what
for
are you
like the
doing?
higher tiered MLM.
You're 16. Who are you selling to that is not also 16? Like, it's, what are you doing?
Exactly.
Going door to door? It's ridiculous. But
and like
also,
nobody likes anybody who goes door to door.
yeah, exactly. There's this dude who he rode like the school bus that I rode in high school, and like he was like I'm trying to remember. He was basically a bookie, dude. It was nuts. Every day on the school bus, he would he played this thing called God, what did he call it? I don't remember what he called it, but it basically entailed we had a dollar and you'd read the serial number on the dollar, and like you'd like bet, or you'd try to bullshit other people into like, so you're like, oh, I have 5 ones on my serial number, and they're like, no, I call bullshit on it. And like, if you know, it was basically like the bullshit card game, but like with the serial number on the dollar bills. And he was like, so whatever. And then if you lost, you gave your dollar, you won, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
What the fuck, dude? That's actually very inventive.
He would extend loans, though. He wouldn't just like play this thing. He'd be like, yo, do you want to play the dollar game? I got you. Here's $5. And then he'd give people $5. And then like, he'd be like, all right, pay me back tomorrow, whatever. And then if they didn't pay him back tomorrow, he'd start adding interest, dude. This dude straight up had like muscle. Like he had people that would like try to harass these kids into paying him back the dollars that he lent them on the bus.
Dude, and the fucking Granger kids just like recruiting like some fucking like 8-year-olds. What the hell,
nuts.
dude?
And he also did like sports betting and shit like that. I remember I put a bet on the Super Bowl sophomore year, maybe junior year of high school. I put a bet, and I ended up winning the bet, which was great. And I was like,
nice.
Oh hell yeah. But this dude had like when I went to get my money that I won, he had like literally a book of like debts and shit and like things that he owed and things that people
he like pulls
owed
it out
him.
of it. He like pulls it out of his suit with like his big hat with the feather sticking out of it.
And
he
in like
writes
the
it
corner
down.
of the cafeteria, he's got like someone like guarding it. I'm like, oh, I'm here to see what's his name. Oh, yep, pass. So
they look
funny.
at their book. They open like a velvet rope, and you walk in, and he's just like, "Oh, you come to me on my daughter's wedding asking for money." It's like some Godfather shit.
It's some Godfather shit. So I lent you $3 bills to play Dollar Bingo on the bus. Remember that? Do you recall? This was in January.
The threat is like giving them a swirly. They're just like, I don't want to have my friends Mike and Mick over here take you to the bathroom for a little afternoon treat. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
like,
no,
like,
absolutely. I'll have it tomorrow. I swear. All right. Well, according to the interest I have here, and when I loaned it to you, you're up to $7. Can you handle that? I swear. I'll do whatever I can. You know what? I won't eat tomorrow. I won't eat lunch tomorrow. You can have my lunch money. It's fine.
Actually, I think we can work out a deal here. You give me your paper, and then we call it even. He just like muscles them for like their fucking homework too.
Oh my god!
It's a barter system.
Hilarious. That's so funny.
That's a good skit. I'm writing that down.
Yeah, that's a great skit. I wonder how this dude's doing now. I don't know. I don't even remember his name. Quite honestly, I just know he lived in my neighborhood.
I remember most of the people that like lived in my neighborhood with me, just because like we were all like the neighborhood kids that like I saw them every fucking day, so I remember them. But there's a lot of people that I just like have their face in my head and have no fucking clue what their name is. No clue whatsoever. Same. It's so weird. And there's like it was a lot of like the popular kids, because I'm just like I was like, I had like history with you. I know your face. I genuinely just don't know your name. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Straight up. I just don't remember most people's names from high school. I really don't. It wasn't really a time that I was like, I need to remember this shit, Exactly. Like the whole point of like high school was just like a means to an end. I was just like, I just want out. I'm done. Yeah.
It's done. Boring.
This
I don't
is
give
the
a
next
shit.
step on the path of life. I'm going to just put my head down and do shit, do what I need to do. Get out.
Exactly. Sounds like
I'll
fucking war.
It sounds like war or prison.
War or prison. It's all the same, really. That's funny.
I'm going to do what I'm told. I'm going to put my head down. I'm not going to be a hero. I'm not going to raise too many eyebrows.
I'm not going to talk to Tony.
Hopefully I'll be out better somewhere.
Keep my interest down. Make sure I don't lose any more fucking dollars. I can't keep writing this guy's term papers. I just can't do it, man.
I got to write my own term papers. I can't.
How long it takes me to write 12 pages, man? It takes me like 4.5 hours.
So fucking long.
You're killing me. I can't do that twice. Not anymore. Not no more. Man. Not after what he did to my family. It's like, Jesus.
What did he do to your family?
They're like, yo, you okay, buddy? He's just like sitting there eating like a cheese sandwich.
Just not even toasted, just a slice of American cheese with the plastic still on in 2 pieces of bread.
Yep. There's no like mayonnaise. There's like nothing in it. It's just bread, cheese, another slice of cheese, bread. That's it.
That's it.
That's all they get.
Just a hard ass 14-year-old.
He's like just been through some shit. Like that guy just does landscaping for the rest of his life.
Oh man, dude. Fuck. What a concept. I want to turn that into a skit.
That's I think that'd be really funny. It's basically like it's merging Recess and The Godfather together.
Yeah.
That's
exactly
what that feels like.
That's exactly what it is. Dude, everyone's shaving their fucking heads on stream. Everyone.
Yeah, what's
I've
up
seen
with
like
that?
4 streamers do that. I have no idea.
Why?
I guess it gets some clicks.
I guess like Noelle did that. There was like another there's like a cosplayer I follow and she did that.
Mm-hmm. There's like a streamer that I watched, Ludwig. He did it, dude. So many people are doing it. I mean, I would assume it's for clicks. Like, why not?
Yeah, absolutely.
You have nowhere to go. You have no one to impress. Like, and like easy fucking like 1,000 viewers. Like, oh, I'm shaving my head on stream. Like, everyone's gonna fucking watch. And then you get the YouTube clip afterwards. So like, it's double down on the content. Like,
yep. Didn't Jericho just say that he was going to do that?
Yeah.
It was like a year and a half ago though. Like somebody clipped it and he like hit that milestone. They're like, hey, you remember this? And he was like, Jesus.
Yeah. So because like that's the thing, dude. When you start streaming, you got to be careful what you say because people are going to fucking clip it and then use it against you later. Because that's
absolutely.
Like,
and that's like the crazy shit about it, and that's why it's like now every time I like jump into a game with my friends and stuff, I'm like, hey guys, I'm streaming.
I'm live. Yeah, you got to just like make sure to tell them.
Please don't say anything bad. Yeah, you can say bad stuff, but not like bad stuff. You know what I mean?
Bad stuff, but not bad stuff. Yeah,
exactly. There's a limit here. All right.
There's a limit to the bad stuff.
It's weird. And like all of like the charity streams and stuff like that, which like I feel like charity streams do really, really well when you're like a higher level, but like if you just try to just do a charity stream like as like a nobody, like it's not going to go anywhere.
It's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah. So like I think it was around Christmas time, somewhere around there. Nadeshot did a stream where it was like he was raising money for Gamers Outreach, which is actually like kind of a dope charity. They basically build like gaming carts for children in children's hospitals, and they like will bring it into their rooms so that they can like play stuff if they can't like leave their bed and stuff.
I like
so
that.
it's a really cool charity, and like I ended up donating to it. And one of the things was like if we hit $50,000, I will shave my head on stream, and they hit it, and he was just like, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think I can go through with that. He was like, I kind of need this. So they were just like, all right, destroy your jewel, and he was like,
oh, he dropped it in a cup or something.
Yeah, so he took like a bottle and just like dropped it into it, and then like 2 days later he had like another one. And they were like, "What the fuck, man?" It was really funny. I loved it.
That's hilarious, dude. That's sick. I mean, charity streams are dope, and it's cool that like everyone's doing them right now. But it is hard to just like be like, like you or me or like just like a casual person. I'm gonna raise money and shit. Like it's it's tough. It's tough to do.
Absolutely. And that's something too, is like there's a lot of like one of my friends, Owen, a quick like shout out for his thing he's doing. I'm going to read the actual like thing that he posted about it, because it's like it's a dope thing. It's about like it's like COVID stuff in the UK, because he's from, I believe he's from Manchester originally.
Oh, cool.
But he's doing like a thing where it's a fundraising event taking place next Saturday, 18th of April, 2020, raising money for Hope from Home, a multi-platform digital fundraiser helping fight the impact of COVID-19. The event, an all-day online comic book convention, will be live on YouTube and Twitch with various panels featuring special guests, influencers, and creators from the world of comics and entertainment. All money raised will be donated to 3 charities: the UN Foundation's COVID-19 Solidarity Response Fund, Red Nose Day's 2020 campaign addressing the effects of COVID-19 on children and families living in poverty, and United Way Worldwide's COVID-19 Community Response and Recovery Fund. And it's just like, it's literally, it's exactly what that is. It's just a comic book convention, basically, that he's like streaming. And I was like, that's so sick, because his YouTube channel is called Owen Likes Comics, and basically he does like in-depth analysis of like comic books, and also like
no way.
Yeah, that's and kind of like the like how things came to be. So like he did one recently on like the Clone Saga from Spider-Man, where he was like it wasn't just like, hey, here's the story, but it was just like, this is what the company was doing to like
That's
with this
interesting.
and stuff. And it's really interesting. And so it was like, it fit like right into it. And he's like he's doing something, and it's cool. And I love
That's
that.
super cool. I love that.
But
That's awesome.
and he kind of has like a platform for it. I think he has like 20,000 subscribers, somewhere around there.
Nice. Yeah.
And
That's sick.
like he has that platform to be able to do that. And I think that's super sick.
That's cool.
And like, I think that's like one of my goals in like life is just to get to
Yeah.
a point where it's like I could organize something and actually have it do something.
Having a platform,
do something right.
Yeah, absolutely. That's cool,
Yeah.
man.
And that's like the cool thing. And like that was like a really cool one that like, you know, just one of my friends was just doing because he like has the platform to be able to do it. And I was like, fuck yeah,
Yeah.
let's support the boy. Let's support the homie. So it's really
That's
cool.
tight.
It's really cool to like see people like genuinely giving a shit, especially in like a time where it's like it's very easy to be apathetic and also like just generally walk away and be like separated from everything just because
Yeah.
we kind of are. But you know,
Yeah,
there's people out there that are
absolutely.
doing shit, and I love that.
It is. It's cool. It's cool that. Yeah, I mean, it's fucking it's so easy like in a time like this to just sit back and not do shit or just like watch passively or be like, oh yeah, like, you know, I support this or I would, you know, I'd love to help or whatever. But like, yeah, having, especially people with platforms, like having a platform and then like doing something with it in a time like this is very like noble. I think it's really cool.
Yeah,
that he's doing
absolutely.
that.
Right. And I love that, like, you know, he's got that going on. Like a lot of like the streamers and stuff I follow are doing like charity tournaments and stuff like that. It's like it's cool. Like it's cool to see people doing the damn thing. Like I
Yeah.
love that. And it's
Yeah.
like, I don't know. That's always been like a goal of mine is to like have a platform to be able to like actually change shit. But like
Dude.
from an entertainment standpoint, not from like
Yeah.
a political standpoint. I'm not doing
Sure.
politics. Can you
Sure.
imagine me
No,
in
no.
a suit on a
No.
podium trying to tell
No.
people to vote for me? Hell no.
Neither of us. Absolutely not. 0%. 0%. But no, I mean, that's, yeah. And I think you could do it, man. I know you can do it. I know you can do it.
We're
It'll be
working on it.
We're
Getting
working
there.
on it. That's what
Dude,
the goal is.
Exactly. We're doing the damn thing. We're getting
doing the
there
damn
with our
thing.
things.
Any way we can. Doing the little
Exactly.
things. Doing the big
Exactly.
big things.
Right.
The
I think
little-
that's like a big thing too, is like, you know, kind of using this to, you know, spark other people to do stuff too. And that's kind of cool. And I like that.
Yeah.
So
it is.
people, for all of you out there that may actually be watching this, you can do something. You can do stuff.
You can do a thing.
Yeah, everything. There's things. There's plenty of things. Go find a thing. Do that. That's my motivation for this fucking, what is it, Tuesday? Did we discuss this already? It's
We
Tuesday,
discussed
right?
it. It's Tuesday.
Okay. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. This whole thing is so weird.
It's so fucking weird. What's been going on in your week? What are you doing? Or what did you do?
Just working. It's frustrating just because like our show's on Netflix and Netflix requires us to do like to name things a certain way, and like the naming
Like
doesn't.
files?
Yeah, like when we output cuts and send them to them, like it makes sense, but everybody they like name it differently for like internal cuts. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, which one do I follow? Do I like follow one and just hope for the best, or is there like two different things? It's just like a lot of like doubling back and like redundancy and stuff that I have to like kind of
Sure.
root my way through, because I'm just like, why is it like this? This is weird.
Yeah.
And then, you know, hoping to like make it work. And then plus like we're using remote systems and stuff like that. So it's a lot of like making sure things actually relink if I like pull stuff from one system to another, which hasn't really been working super well lately. We've had a lot of like relinked issues and stuff inside Avid that we've had to like diagnose, and we've like output a cut being like, hey, there's some things missing in this because of this, and we can't do this until this time because all these people are still working, and we don't want to like basically run them down at that point. So
Sure.
it's fine. It's okay. It's frustrating because it's like there's ways where it's like if I would have done it this way, I know that it would have worked and it would have been fine. But it's like I came in like basically at the end, like the tail end of the show. So I'm just like, all right, I just gotta kind of have to do it this way and hope
Yeah.
that it actually works. But it's fine.
That
It's no big
sounds
deal.
Annoying. It sounds
Exactly.
super annoying.
It's frustrating. I've been up till like 3 a.m. like the last like 5 or 6 days working, just like trying
Wow.
to fix issues that I'm just like, hey, I physically can't do this because like so and so shut down their PC or whatever. Like I can't connect to it, so I won't be able to do anything until the morning.
And like,
And
what
then-
are the issues? Like, what kind of issues can arise from? I mean,
So
just like shit like
like
that.
if you look at Premiere's like a link based system. So like if you plug in a hard drive, you have a bunch of footage on that hard drive, right? You drag it into Premiere, it's fine.
But if you remove that hard drive, try to open the file again, it just says media offline. Yeah,
exactly. But you can go into and hit relink and it'll go and be fine because it's looking at the raw file. Whereas Avid has to create its own media. So if that media is on a drive that's a different name, it won't relink. And even sometimes if you have two things on the same name, but the sequence was created with it pointing to a different drive, then like you have to bring it in and force it to relink to the other drive, which is like a whole other headache because you have to try a bunch of drop downs because it's like, all right, which one's going to work today, I guess. God. And so that was kind of the issue that we were having because we got like a bunch of music cues dropped for us and they were like, all right, where are we going to put these? And I was like, all right, we just give the music drive some extra space and throw them in there because it was like 60 gigs of music. It was like, it's not that big a deal. Yeah. And the lead was like, all right, I made an untitled partition, threw everything on that, ingested it there. I'm going to set everything on our machines to media 5. We should be fine. And I was like, I don't think that'll work. And lo and behold, didn't work. So nice. Like for the last 3 days, I've been trying to individually find the media files, which are renamed differently. So it's like the first couple letters of whatever the name of the file is, bunch of miscellaneous letters, .mxf and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, cool. Jesus. So I've been going like into the bins, revealing file. So it like opens up Finder and takes me to that, grabbing the individual file and dragging it over, looking for like the date that like corresponds with it too. So I can be like, all right, I can grab this chunk, move it over. But then I'm like, oh, this chunk doesn't make sense because it's organized by name. So it's like all of this stuff from one date, this like these 3 from like 4 different dates, all of this stuff. So I'm like, what the fuck? Yep. And you can't change a partition if you don't have empty space on a drive already in Mac at least. So like going into it and like trying to add space to a new drive, you can't because there isn't space to give it. Right. So I was like, okay, well, let me just rename the drive that it's on. I'll rename all the other drives that it's on, reindex that so that at least it works on their machines. And then for our machine, we'll just move it, relink it, force it to relink. And I was just like, hey, man, I can't get this to work. I was like, I'm going to export this thing now because it's midnight. They handed me the cut at like 10:30, which is already fucking weird. Yeah. And what the hell? Went from there. Yeah, that's the thing that's like annoying about working from home, especially like in the post-production industry, because it's like editors are kind of, I don't want to say they're notorious for working weird hours, but like editors are notorious for getting into a groove and just rolling with it until they get like sucked out of it. So like for me, sometimes when I cut stuff, like especially longer format stuff, at least like a half hour, that kind of equates to like I'll jump in at like maybe 11:30 and then I'll find my groove at about like 12:31, and then I'll just be in it until I'm either finished with a cut or something like that, or I quit, or somebody tells me to fucking stop. So like sometimes I'll lose like 8 or 9 hours of just like sitting there at my computer, just like doing shit. And it's like that's just kind of how it is. So like I think a lot of the time they're just like, especially our editors, because you know they're fucking professional like union editors. They're like, it's like, hey, I'm not going to pass it off until like I'm fully comfortable with it, until I know it's at a point where I'm comfortable with it. So I'm like, cool, that's fine. I get it. That's how it is. That's how I would do it too. But sometimes it doesn't happen until like 11. And I'm just like, yo, we're supposed to send this cut to Netflix. Like Netflix is supposed to watch this. And so it's just a little frustrating because it's like, okay, where is the line of good enough and perfect? Because it's like at some point, like we have to get it out. Like we can't just. Are you expected
to be on the clock? Like what are the hours that you're expected to be? Like if someone hands you something, are you expected to be like 24/7? Like what's the deal?
Not 24/7. So we have our lead AE is a cool dude, and he basically runs from 10 to 6, and then I go from like 6 to about 2 a.m. is like usually the expected time. On our time cards, we're billed for a 12-hour day. So we work 50-hour weeks, and that's basically just to meet our rate. That's kind of it. But we only work maybe 40 hours a week. That's usually how it goes, because don't overwork your fucking workers. What the hell? So like I'm expected to kind of be there at least until, you know, everybody else is done for the night. And like, as long as I finish my tasks, I can kind of clock out whenever. My supervisor likes to just text me around midnight and be like, hey, just stop what you're doing. Don't do anything else. Go to bed. And I'm like, okay.
Sweet.
But it's very interesting just to like deal with that, because it's like, okay, cool. Like I am expected to work my job and like do the thing, but it's like someone will text me at like 1 or 2 a.m. being like, hey, can you do this for me real quick? And I'm just like, yeah, like, sure, I can do that. But it's also like, why the fuck are you still awake? I was like, you've been working since like 10 a.m. What the hell's going on? So it's strange. The film industry is weird. And like on this, it's like it kind of feels like we don't really have hours. Like people are pretty respectful of it at least, but it's like, it kind of feels like anybody can ask you anything at any time, because it's just like, oh yeah, let me just pop into my computer real fast.
Home. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So it's kind of a give and take, but
yeah, I feel
I'm not like, I'm just grateful to be able to work right now. And that's kind of where I'm at. It's interesting. It's fun, I guess. When it'd be more fun if it was a little more fluid and like organized a little better. But I also am like a stickler for organization. Like all my hard drives and stuff like that are formatted so nicely and neatly that it's like,
that's good. I mean, you should be.
Yeah, exactly.
That's your job.
Exactly. No, like literally that is our job. Like our job 90% of the time is just making sure things are organized and in their right place.
Yeah.
And when they're not, it causes headaches. It causes bottlenecks. Like we have to find things and stuff like that. So it's fine. I'm fine. It's fine. I'm fine. Exactly. Yeah, what about you? Nuts. How's things over there, buddy? How's things 15 minutes for me?
Man, they're good. I mean, honestly, it's just, it's like all more of the same, it's not like structured. I'm trying to get into more of like a routine as far as like, the times that I like eat, the times that I work out, the times that I do work, because, at least the past 2 weeks for me have been just like, I'll fucking eat dinner at like 10 p.m. and then I'm just like I'll realize it'll be like 10. I'll be like, oh my God, I haven't eaten since like noon or since breakfast. And it's just like fucking, it's bad. So I felt more productive at least this past week, because I've been kind of getting on a schedule and like setting an alarm and shit like that, which like not fun to do, but it makes you feel better. I think in the long run, it's made me feel better. And being like, all right, I'd like write out my schedule for the day. I'm like, do this. And it feels good to cross things off no matter how fucking tiny they are, Yep, absolutely. So that's what I bought a whiteboard for. Yeah, same. I have a whiteboard like right here, and I just write down shit. And, so it's been good. Doing just a lot of just like production for people, for some like this guy that I do stuff for. He's like, I don't know if I've talked about him on here before. I don't think I have, but he's like basically like he has his own TV show in Australia. And from my understanding, it's like the Australian version of like SNL, except it's not like that. It's like not as big of a deal as SNL. It's definitely not even a big deal. I don't think it's literally just like this. I don't know how. I mean, this guy's got a big budget for his like videos and it's a syndicated show in Australia.
Hell yeah. And that's kind of tight
like
though.
Just the title of his name is the name of the show. It's just called like the Troy Kinney, or I don't know how you say his last name, but
okay.
Anyway, so his entire show is parodies of like, not parodies, but like he makes like raps about things. Like they're supposed to be like comedy raps, but they're like real interesting. They're like,
so it's like Weird Al meets Lonely Island.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like that. Like he has one about this one that I just did, about hitting on Uber drivers. It's like real niche. It's very niche. It's very weird and very like, yeah, like you can tell it shit wouldn't really fly in America. It's real. It's very like, oh, okay.
Australia gets away with some shit.
Yeah, Australia gets away with some shit. But I just made. Yeah, I don't know. So I make the beats for him, and then he sends me like his vocals that he records after I send him the beats, and then I mix it for him and stuff like that. But it's funny because he'll come back at the beginning of every season. He's like, we're starting filming again. Here's like 5 songs I want to work on and stuff. And this dude, like, super nice guy, no sense of rhythm whatsoever. Like he'll send me, he's like, here's like the rough audio. He records to like a metronome. And then he's like, this is, what I kind of want the song to be like. Here's the tempo, kind of go crazy with it and put my like raw vocals in there so I can have a reference when I record. I'm like, okay. He records with his iPhone. and he doesn't have like, he'll have a click track, right? It'll be going, and it just, he has to redo like lines like 6 times because he can't get like the timing of the words, and it's just like real funny. It's just,
that's so sad.
Very interesting. So, but great guy. But even when he records them after the fact, I still have to like fix the vocals and the timing and shit like that. I don't know. It's a very interesting project, but it's
for
fun.
sure.
It's been filling my time.
That's good. Hell yeah. How long, like for one of his things, like just to create, well, I guess like for the whole finished product, what is the time frame for
he'll be like, this is what I kind of want it to be like. He's like, here's the raw vocals. Here's a track that I kind of drew inspiration from, and I want you to make something like that. I was like, okay. They're never really long. They're like a 2-minute track usually, sometimes less, because it's just like a short little blurb, like funny for TV type sketch thing. So to produce it, I can maybe produce it in like 20-30 minutes because they're like rap beats.
Jesus.
20-30 minutes, and then he'll send me once he sends the vocals back, it takes maybe another 10 to mix them in.
That's insane.
It's a nice, easy process.
I think like the coolest thing about that too is like to get to that point, like you've put in thousands of hours of work. Like, for as long as I've known you, you've been doing this shit. So it's like to be like, it takes me like 30 minutes. I make X amount of money. Everything's great. But it's just like you put in all that extra time to be able to do it in 30 minutes. And I think that's like the coolest part about that. Cause like you look at somebody who makes like rap beats and stuff like that for like, you know, like actual rappers. Right. And it's like, like I made, and it's like a simple ass beat.
It
like,
is,
dude, whatever. Totally fine.
I love those genius behind the beat videos. Cause they're like, they're real cool. I mean, the rappers or the producers are super like, they're always very down to earth. They're always just like, I just kind of like did this. I don't know what you want me to say. Like, it's just like,
exactly.
This, and it's like, it's real funny. Cause it's not
they're just like, I was fucking around.
But
exactly. They're like, I was just fucking around, put an 808 down, put this compressor on it, kind of just twisted a knob and yep, there you go. And
I was like, I sent it to him and I didn't think he'd say shit about it, but now it's a #1 hit. And it's like,
exactly.
What the fuck?
That was like I think like the one that got me was they were talking to Tank God, who did the beat for Rockstar by Post Malone. Yeah. And he was just like, I just put down an 808. I wanted to make it sound really dark, so I put it at 80 BPM. Put this compressor on it.
Beat, I just sampled from another beat and
exactly. It was so funny. And I was just like, I was like, dude, that's incredible. But like the thing is, it's like he had to put in all the effort to like get to that point where he knew what he needed to do and like get that. And I think that's like the coolest shit that people just like forget about all the time. That it's just like, cool. They can do it in 30 minutes because they've been doing it for years.
And they have like all these resources and tools, and they know, I want it to sound like this. I'm going to go to this file folder. I'm going to go like, I need this kind of sound. I need this plugin. I need whatever. And it's just like, it's cool. Even watching like artists who can like draw shit like real quick, like draw this. And it's just any kind of medium that someone's been doing for a long time, watching them do it and be in their element and just like, cause they can do shit so fucking fast. It's insane. It's so cool.
There's a comic artist that I'm like friends with on Facebook because she did a bunch of our art for one of our short films in college, and she did a couple like Marvel covers and stuff like that. And when they were just like, like she's done this, and I was like, whoa, wait, what the fuck? I was like, that's incredible. And they like showed me her stuff, and I was like, this is so good. Holy shit. And then like I come to find out that like she has like, drawing pages and stuff like that where she does like speed draws and stuff. Dude, her shit's fucking good. And it's just every time she posts something, I sit there and watch the whole thing because I'm just like so just like fascinated by it, because that's a skill that I just do not have. Like I can't draw, and like at this point I don't have the time to devote to trying to learn that skill. I'm about to buy a bunch of like tabletop miniatures to start painting because of who I am as a person. So sick. I'm going to try to get good at like painting and shading, but like beyond that it's just like I don't really want to do that. Like a lot of my time and efforts devoted to kind of like photo editing, retouching, and like obviously editing and stuff like that. Like that's what I've devoted my time to, and that's what I like doing. And there's like so many things that it just interest me that I'm like, this is so cool, I wish I could do that, but it's just like I don't want to devote the resources to doing that. I'd rather just enjoy somebody else doing it.
Yeah, exactly. At this point you could, I mean, it's not like you couldn't, it's just like,
absolutely,
you have what you want to do, you have you have your routine, you have whatever, and it would just take it's a lot of time. Exactly. It's an arduous fucking getting good at anything, it's such a process.
Exactly. And I think that's the thing too, is like it's hard to like I get like a lot of like imposter syndrome because I'm just like, oh, you know,
yeah.
I haven't like I work on these TV shows and stuff like that, and I do this, and this, but it's just like I don't think I'm very good at it. Especially like
you've been doing it for so long that it's second nature to you, and you're just like, I'm not doing anything like that anyone else couldn't do in your mind, but like in reality,
exactly.
It's the opposite, you know?
Right, and that's the thing is like I kind of look back on it like in college was like I made up my degree. Like I don't use like what I studied in college is not actually what I'm doing. And that's the funny thing. And it's like, so I'm like, I look at like that time there, like doing coursework and stuff like that. I was like, that didn't prepare me to do any of it. It was like the 12 hours of watching YouTube tutorials over like the course of 2 days and like putting something together just because I wanted to. And I was like, that's kind of how it goes. And I think that's like where a lot of the art comes from is like, you just fuck around. You just fuck around and hope for the best. And then it comes.
The technical skills, and then you kind of like experiment and put your own twist on it. And that's where the style and the flow and the art comes in. Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Super
and
cool.
I was like, my friend Steven sent me a whole bunch of literally like, I think I just tweeted about it because like he kind of just got me into like Warhammer 40K, and it's just like the whole thing is just so fucking absurd to me that I'm just like, the lore is cool, but it just doesn't make sense. And then I was like, but I kind of want to paint those things. Those are kind of tight.
Yeah.
So
did you buy some?
Yeah, so I bought a like a collector's starter edition, and he was just like, all right. And he just like sent me like a whole bunch of like YouTube links, and he's just like, these are all the people that I learned like how to paint from and like how to like do the model making and stuff. Follow tight. These. This is the one for the exact one that you just bought. Try to like maybe mimic that. Here's all of the paint you'll need. I was like, this is incredible.
That's
Holy
dope,
shit.
Dude.
So I was just like, cool. I'm kind of stoked for it because it's just like,
when did they get here? They be here soon?
I don't know. The shipping label just got created.
Oh, okay.
So cool. I'll know in maybe like 2 days. But
sick.
Hey, I'm excited.
That's cool,
it's something to keep me occupied.
I like that. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. So maybe that'll be something I'll like stream. Just be like, hey.
I would love to watch that. That'd be such a relaxing stream, dude. Just like watching you just like paint shit. That'd be dope.
Dude, that's why like I want to do editing streams, and like I actually have like a project from one of my friends on here that like I just haven't touched yet. I've kind of like built like a string out and stuff, but I kind of want to like do like a ground up editing process like in Premiere, just be like, hey, this is how I do things. And just because I think it'd be fun, because it's like, oh, you know, I'm a professional, but I'm not like a professional, you know, like right. I'm at like a level where I think like a lot of people could be like, oh, I could do that. Like, oh, I know how to do that. Or like they could even be like, I can do that better. So I think that'd just be kind of cool to like do that. And I've always wanted to do that. Like I've wanted to stream that kind of stuff.
Love
but
to
I just
watch that. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I'll even do it in Avid and show people how to do like my actual job, because I don't think like other than like USC and NYU, I don't really think they teach people how to be assistant editors, which is like kind of how you become an editor. So yeah, I think that'd be kind of cool just to like do that in that situation.
Dude, fucking do it.
We'll see.
What's stopping you? Record some. You haven't been streaming like recently though, have you? Because you've been pretty busy.
Yeah, it's been probably about a week or so since like my last stream, just because like the last couple of days it's been like 3 a.m. days. So I'll wake up at like 11 and I'm just like, I'll just like get ready for the day, kind of relax, then do work. So I want to get back into it. I really want to like get kind of back into a schedule for it, but we'll see.
It's tough. I mean, everything's so fucking up in the air right now. It's kind of hard
exactly. And like,
I feel you.
I am kind of hoping that somewhere down the line I can like take like a month or two off, like from actual work and just like stream and see like see if it works, just see what happens.
You should,
because I still want to keep it more as like a way to like force myself to relax, because like even when I'm here just playing games or whatever, I'm just like I'm very like I should be working or doing all this stuff, so I'm not like relaxed. So like the reason why I said it in the first place, which I think I've said a couple of times, is like I wanted to like make sure that I took time to relax and like just do something that I liked. So that was the goal, and I kind of want to bring that back. I kind of want to do that again. I missed it because like streaming's fun. It's a lot of fun. So
yeah, it looks fun.
And now that you have a PC, we can actually do stuff together.
We can. Once my internet box on the telephone wire gets fixed.
once they capture another internet fairy and fucking
they force her to live inside the box and make her do upload speeds, then we can fucking.
That's so funny.
So hopefully,
Jesus.
hopefully in the next couple months, but who knows? I mean, or hopefully in the next month. What am I saying? Next couple months? Hopefully in the next couple weeks. But like realistically,
at this rate, I'm not super optimistic about it. I think it'll probably be once we get closer to like that May deadline is probably when we'll see your shit get back to normal. Probably. So we'll hope for the best.
Yeah, we'll cross our fingies.
Yeah, all them fingies, all them toes. Damn, dude. Shit.
We've been going for it's been almost an hour. Damn, these things,
dude.
like once you're in it, these things fucking kind of fly by.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a fucking conversation, man. I love it.
It's just
so
a
much
conversation
fun.
that we haven't been eating for.
Fuck.
But
oh Jesus! I literally we got this far and I forgot that we're supposed to be eating food.
Welcome back to the what's it called again? I don't know. And then like 50 minutes later, oh fuck, yeah, it's called the lunchtime serenade. We don't have food. God damn.
We'll have to I'll do that next week.
Yeah, next week we'll set a reminder to like make some food or something and just have something on the pod.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's just a sandwich even.
Damn,
who cares? It doesn't need to be fancy.
Something. These past 2 episodes have been so easy to edit because I haven't had to cut out any mouth noises.
Hell yeah.
No
I think that's like
slurpees.
it's kind of funny too because I feel like that's very like indicative of the time. It's like everybody's in like this weird limbo state where like people either aren't eating or like they're just like eating at weird times. So it's just like here's lunchtime, but it's like we're not eating. I'm not gonna eat for another 4 hours.
I know. It's fucking my lunch isn't for exactly until tonight.
Dude, that's basically what happened. Like you were talking about how you would eat dinner at like 10. I've started like I'll eat breakfast at like 1:30. I'll eat lunch at like 6 or 7, and then I'll like maybe make something for dinner at like 9 or 10, and that's it. That's like where the schedule is shifted. It's not
weird.
good.
It's not good. Not healthy for anyone, but whatever. Fuck it. Who cares? Who cares? Nothing that anyone's been doing for this past month is healthy.
Yeah, absolutely.
We just need to survive.
Exactly. I miss the gym, dude.
I never thought I would miss the gym, dude. I miss it. I've been working out. I put 2 stacks of magazines and I do push-ups on them. That's all.
I like went for a run a couple of days ago and it was like the first run I'd been on in like probably a month, and it was it was so painful. Yeah, it was bad. I think I averaged like an 11-minute mile and I was just like, this is good. This is fine. I don't care. I was like heaving and stuff. Dude, it's bad. Cause I used to be like, I used to be able to hit like 2 miles at like a 9.5 pace, like without stopping and stuff. And that was kind of when I was like actually doing cardio. But yeah, I miss it. I just miss being able to pick up heavy things and put them back down.
I know.
Miss it. I was like considering buying like a set of those dumbbells that have like the weights that you like lock in and like pick them up and like switch them. Yeah. Just because of like, man, it's at least something, but I'll buy some miniatures instead. Fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it. You can lift those. You can get your finger workouts in.
Exactly. It's all about precision, you know?
Yeah.
What a time to be alive.
Some shit too.
Yeah.
Some paintbrushes, dude. I'm stoked to see that.
I was like, I'm just gonna do all of this shit, and like my keyboard comes tomorrow. Everything's happening
tomorrow. Ooh.
Yeah, dude. I'm so excited for it.
Ooh, clicky clacks. That's exciting.
It's gonna be nice. Bought a WASD. It's white with pink and green accents. It's gonna be so sick. It's gonna be.
That's cool.
It's like an 87 key, so it's a 10 key less. So I don't have the numpad, which is fine because I never really use the numpad anyways. So
who uses?
It's a little smaller. Takes up less desk space, which I'm kind of hurting for right now. And nice.
You running out of room on your desk?
Yeah, dude, it's a small desk. I won't lie, especially considering that I have like 2 monitors and like a keyboard and like the microphone and everything too. Yeah. God forbid when I stream, because I use like an iPad to like
to switch scenes and shit.
Exactly, to be like my switcher. And so that speakers, like audio interface and stuff like that, it's just it's small. I want to buy an uplift desk, but I don't want to spend money on it yet.
Yeah, they're like half a stack. They're kind of expensive. Yeah.
The thing is too, like if you do buy them though, like you can keep the legs and just swap out the top. So like you can buy like a bigger or a smaller top and just move the legs closer or farther apart and just attach it to the top of it, and that's it.
That's nice. Shit.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Fuck.
That's the goal.
Maybe when you get your new place, you can.
That's the goal.
Desk.
I think I'm gonna wait for that just to have like the space for it. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Otherwise, it'd be silly to get it now and then move it.
Yeah,
It's just more
absolutely.
shit to move. Yeah.
Especially with like how fucking heavy that thing's gonna be.
Oh yeah. Big.
Jesus.
All right, man. Well, I got a class I have to teach in 14 minutes. So,
Dude, let's get you in that fucking class. Let's teach the world's youth. Well, they're probably older than you actually, but
he is older than me. Yeah.
hell yeah.
He is.
All right. Well, hey, thank you everybody for tuning in to episode 8 of the Lunchtime Serenade podcast.
Yes.
We had fun. We didn't eat lunch. We hope you ate lunch. We hope you're getting 3 square meals a day. Otherwise, we'll find you. That's a very veiled threat.
Cook food for you.
Yeah. We'll help you. Sure. Yeah.
We'll help you.
Enjoy the rest of your week. We had fun. This is a great time. Do something to fucking make yourself feel better and make somebody else feel better. And look after yourself. Wash your fucking hands, please. And enjoy the rest of your week.
Yeah, we'll see you. Hopefully this is up tomorrow. We're going to try very hard. I just need my upload speeds need to kick into overdrive, but we'll try to get this up tomorrow. And then we'll see you next time, maybe middle of the day, but hopefully not. Hopefully middle of the week, maybe not middle of the day.
Hey, we got it. There we go. It'll be on a Wednesday. We'll hope for the best. Anyways, we're going to do our best for you guys. So thanks everybody for sticking with us. We're dealing with some shit. We're trying to build this thing and it's frustrating, especially, but hey, we're getting there. You guys are sticking around. Hopefully you're enjoying it. And that's all that matters. So
Made
love you
possible
guys.
by viewers like you. Leave us a review. Leave us a 5-star review, please. I don't care if you don't like it. Again, 5-star review on Amazon or not Amazon.
Like,
Apple.
subscribe, give us everything.
All
Love
that
us.
shit, blah, blah, blah. Comment down below and turn on those notifications.
We love you guys. Okay, bye.
Bye.